What's up, everyone? Dragon here with
Ashley.
Doing another trailer reaction. This one for
So aggressive.
Ashley.
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 Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Some of you might get that. The rest of you are like, huh? Look it up.
Anyways.
We're doing a trailer reaction for the first full-length trailer for Stranger Things 3. I'm not saying season 3 because I love how they do these like movies where they're saying, no, this is like the third movie. Because if you watch, kind of binge watch these, they kind of just feel like longer movies.
Yeah.
So I don't call it season 3, I call it 3. Because apparently that matters to me. But
Technically, it is called.
Technically, it is called Stranger Things 3. So, aha, there you go. But anyway, without further ado, let's check it out. Ah, the 80s feels. God, you can tell they've grown.
That's not suspicious at all. The Farrah Fawcett spray, remember?
Hell yeah.
No, remember? Steve told him?
Yeah, no. You get that volume. Oh.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, that was
He's still missing his little teeth.
Just fucking maced him.
With like intense hairspray, so it's basically fucking glue.
Back when kids played outside. There he is.
This is Hellboy.
God, you thought he's grown.
He ain't kidding, you're not kids anymore.
What did you think? We're just gonna sit in my basement all day? Play games for the rest of our lives?
It's not terrible.
That mall.
That mall. Oh, that's what's his face. Princess Bride.
Oh, Jesus.
How many children are you friends with?
I mean, I'm glad someone said it, if I'm being completely honest.
She's not wrong.
And that, if I'm not mistaken, I forget the actress's name, but I believe that's Ethan Hawke's daughter. I heard that she was a new character that was being added to the season. There's a few other new folks. The guy looks like he's running for mayor. I forget the actor's name. I know he was in the first Saw movie. He's most notably, he was in Princess Bride. He was the dude.
The main guy?
Yeah. No, when you look at Princess Bride on IMDb, just look up the dude. It's him. But yeah, no, I mean, it looks good. I like how they said that they're going back with more of like a literal monster as opposed to the kind of more Lovecraftian style Mind Flayer they did in the second one. Even though I will say, obviously, the Mind Flayer thing is still a thing there. And if you guys are familiar with Lovecraft, most of you probably aren't, so it's fine. You know, there are other creatures that are more literal, and this one kind of, and there are creatures that were like kind of created almost as like a slave races that could kind of take on the forms of whatever they needed to be for their masters. And this thing was like kind of forming, and I'm kind of wondering if they're kind of playing on that whole thing now, kind of like these, you know, these beings that are kind of created by these other higher beings to kind of serve them in this world. So I don't know, that looks. But yeah, I think they're going back more with like the literal monster kind of thing.
I'm excited for the mall.
The mall back. That's funny too because malls are kind of dying out.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're still around. People still go to them, but like when we walk around malls now, you know, like on a weekend, it's weird because you know, it's scattered. There's people around. I remember as a kid, A mall
Packed.
on a Saturday, it was like you were at a frickin', I don't know, like one of those big outdoor festivals and you see like a music show. It's like, imagine being out in Coachella or something like that, or like walking open air and you're just mob of people. Yeah, that's what malls were like. You couldn't see it in front of you. That's how you could lose your kids in a mall because they would just get, it felt like you were in a mosh pit. But now...
Well, and it's like the best version of a mall, like the colorful, awesome 90s mall.
Well, 80s.
Well, 80s, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean...
80s, 90s,
I don't even know what you just said.
I don't know what that was. That trailer was a lot, and I'm hyped.
Yeah,
I'm
and
hyped.
it showed a lot more than I thought it would. But then again, I mean, July is not...
Fucking, what's his face? Getting all gross.
Oh, yeah,
What
I'm
the fuck?
terrible.
And then I saw a flash. Those flashes at the end, it was like, bleh! But like somebody was getting like a needle shot in their face or something, or like their neck. I don't even know, man.
Yeah,
there was a lot of the.
Yeah, I mean...
Listen,
You know that part of the trailer?
it's been a long day.
Yeah, it has. But no, I mean, it does... It showed a lot more than I thought, but I was thinking too, like, July is not that far away. With the exception of a couple little teasers, they really haven't shown much, so... But that's the thing, too. It feels like we saw a lot, but we actually really didn't.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, most of the shots we saw... Jesus Christ, your cats are going apeshit. Most of the shots...
They're hyped, too.
Yeah, they're really hyped. Most of the shots are mostly just kind of, like, exterior, just kind of atmospheric. If you really think about it, a lot of the... Stranger Things type stuff. We only really saw a little bit of it.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, no, I'm excited and I'm curious to see how some of the stuff they alluded to with Papa in season 2 is going to maybe come into play in this one. But no, I'm looking forward to it. I love Stranger Things. I love 80s creature feature sci-fi horror. That's my bag. That's what I grew up on. So again, this Stranger Things was kind of a cool treat, and it introduced a lot of people who didn't watch these movies.
The question is, like, well, I'm assuming we'll finally get to see Will as Will this season. Since
I had
first season he wasn't there, second season he was like fucking possessed or whatever.
Yeah, he was all there is no Dana, only Zool the whole time. But not the whole time. But yeah, I heard this time around they're moving away from Will.
Poor Will. Leave that family alone.
Yeah, I remember reading early on they said it's going to kind of shift. Well, now that the Mind Flayer has confronted 11, now it knows there is like a more worthy host, adversary, whatever. So it's kind of like doesn't really. Will's kind of like now a little too basic for the Mind Flayer because it's got like you have psychic Jean Grey girl there now. So so that's what I'm reading that they're gonna Will's gonna get a break now. Will's gonna finally just be a kid.
Except he's apparently sad because we saw him.
Well, it sounds like they're all growing up a little bit too. It's kind of funny where this is real quick, not to go on a tangent, but we live in an age now where like 40-year-old people can play Dungeons and Dragons.
I did see one thing somebody said online earlier that they said that quote from him like, oh, we can't just sit around our base playing games anymore. And then they were like, yeah, you can play in your living room now. Yeah,
because you own property.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. But back then, growing up, I remember that was the thing. At a certain point, we all heard like you have to stop playing with toys. You have to stop playing video games. Could you imagine an adult not playing? That's like now that's most of the market. But
well, to be fair, most of the kids that were playing back then are the people.
Yeah, because they're like, fuck that. This is still cool, and I still want to do it. But back then, that's what we grew up hearing. Is that you eventually all this fun stuff that you do, you have to stop one day and get a job and put on a suit and tie and watch rom-coms or whatever. But like that was so to hear that I'm like, wow, for me that's the thing that actually dates this show the most. Yeah. Because to hear like we have to, we just think we're gonna do this forever, whereas nowadays, I
mean
to some degree, but it's now it's cool to be a nerd, and like back then people who maybe would have kept playing D&D, that would have to have been like closeted, that would have to have been underground. You didn't tell your normal friend that you played Dungeons and Dragons, but nowadays you wear that shit on your sleeve.
I was gonna say when did the Satanic Panic happen?
80s.
Yeah.
So that's my point. So I don't know. It's kind of again reminds you that it was a different time. Being a nerd was not an easy thing back in the day. But anyway,
tangents.
Hashtag tangents. But yeah, Stranger Things 3 looks cool. We're locked in. I could see no more trailers.
At least it's the beginning of July, so it's not that long to wait.
Well, yeah, because they wanted to be around July 4th when the season's.
I love how they've been doing that too, though, where they when they release it is when the actual show, like the time of the show is supposed to
Yeah,
release.
well, it's just cool. It makes it a bit more like timely and relevant. But anyway, are you guys hyped up? Are you excited? I'm sure a lot of you are. Are you? Yeah. Are there questions you hope get answered, or are you just looking to strap in and have yourself a good time? And also, watching Stranger Things, did it make you want to go back and watch a lot of like these kind of 80s movies, like the creature features and all that kind of stuff, like Aliens, Pumpkinhead, Critters, Gremlins, all those fun little gems. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace!
Peace.